Now I came here to tell you the mind of God.
Prophetic ministry is divine.
I want you to know and understand that the prophetic ministry is divine.
Prophetic church.
And do not be ashamed that you are a member of a prophetic church.
And
do not be ashamed that you have a father who carries a prophetic unction.
I
want you to appreciate prophets.
Because Onyankopon respect prophetic ointment.
Because God has a lot of respect for the prophetic ointment.
Fivefold ministries are very powerful.
Now, each of the ministries amongst the fivefold ministries are very powerful.
But open ministry are effective, a prophetic ministry.
But the ministry that is very effective is the prophetic ministry.
Metimi I bold, I catch say, it take you Onyankopon so many years to build one prophet.
I can be bold in saying to you that God spent so many years to build one prophet. Because of this, or for this reason, God does not despise prophets.
Without a default,
now, without prophets, the assignment of God will be incomplete.
In fact, a default
and in fact, prophets are the mouthpieces of God. They are the spokespersons of God.
Prophet.
Because of this, every nation needs a prophet. So that God will speak to the nation through the prophet.
Family be here prophet.
Every family needs a prophet.
So
that God will speak to the family through the prophet.
Individual prophet.
Every individual or every person needs a prophet.
So
that God will speak to you through the prophet.
I'm telling you, so Nyankopon choose prophet Emma Israel.
Now God chose a prophet for Israel.
And Elijah said, "Thus says the Lord."
And so Elijah could say, "Thus saith the Lord." And he prophesied to the people.
No, your mind
he was the nation's prophet.
Now Moses
as well was the nation's prophet.
Now Isaiah or your mind
Isaiah was the nation's prophet.
Family.
And God also spoke to families
through Prophet Samuel.
And he prophesied to families through Prophet Samuel.
A horn of oil.
He said to him, "Take a horn of oil, go to the family of Jesse, and go and anoint one of his sons."
Not just a prophet, Jesse family, and a man. Prophetic unction is sunny with Jesse family.
It meant that it was at the time when the prophet entered the house of Jesse, that was when the prophetic unction came upon the house of Jesse.
And a family who says, and then we choose one of them.
The family got to know that God had selected them and he had chosen one of them.
Family.
And so it was a prophecy, a specific prophecy for the family.
But now Prophet Samuel,
but it was Prophet Samuel that God chose for that purpose.
And you individual, and prophet.
And then we have individuals who need prophets.
Saul, confused.
Now Saul was confused. He was moving helter skelter. He was wandering about without knowing what he ought to do in life. He was an individual.
But now you'll be a leader.
But he was a potential leader. And he did not know this.
Until the day I will meet Prophet Samuel.
Until the day he met with Prophet Samuel.
And Prophet Samuel,
and Prophet Samuel told him what he ought to do.
And he said, Saul, share Prophet Samuel.
And so,
life as a sign.
And so if
individual be a we hear prophet, our life.
And so if the life of Saul was transformed because of the encounter he had with Prophet Samuel, then it means that every individual, you need a prophet in your life. Now God designates and he anoints and he appoints prophets for nations, for families, and for individuals.
Uja me say men kasa mfa adifo ho ametima kasa more than 12 hours.
Now, if you give me the chance to talk about prophets, I can talk to you about prophets for more than 12 hours.
Because adifo yo nyame ani.
Because prophets are the eyes of God.
Adifo yo nyame ano.
The prophets are the mouthpieces of God.
Adifo yo nyame katrema.
And the prophets are the tongue of
Adifo
God.
yo nyame akoma.
The prophets are the heart of God.
Adifo is important.
Prophets are important.
Me kan okra kira say.
And I'm speaking the truth to you.
So nyame ankasa ama oman na anti abede na oman ne behunu ni awo so omoye.
That if God does not speak to the hearing of the people, how will the people know what they must do or what they ought to do?
Now,
if you're a man or you're a person, you must know things pertaining to the spiritual realm, things happening in the spiritual realm. Now, God,
I'm telling you, sir, Emma to me survive all my mayor funumono. Sa so na di for no yankopon home the feed you omo. Emma to me prophesy, I can't that says the Lord. Emma nipa hunu ni was so ya was so. A di for omo feed mu soon omo important.